how you can share your ideas with the TradingView community and get the feedback that you've been looking for from the community so that you can grow as a trader along with other traders. Okay. I'm going to break this down in four different simple steps. The first step is choosing choosing this chart or setting up your chart, and then the second step is uh, going to make a description, and the third step is going to choose the audience and add relevant tabs out tags, and the last step will be to publish our idea. We're going to expand those in a little bit different ways, but first of all, to begin with, um, let's go ahead and start with step one. Step one is that we're going to choose a stock of our choice, and then we're going to apply indicators that are necessary to those to that chart. In this case, I have SPY or SPY pulled up already, and what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and point out the indicators that I'm going to use or that I will be using. Okay, to begin with, I have the wave trend indicator from the bottom here. If we're looking at the bottom, I have a wave trend cross, and the wave trend cross really what it does or what it tells me is, if I go ahead and expand that actually for a moment, it's just like the RSI, but it's just a little bit more cleaner. We have the overbought. We have we have the overbought up there. We have the oversold down here, and the oversold here. When we see that green dot tells us a white strike on the actual candlestick itself. Okay, so really the wave trend just tells us where to buy and where to sell from. All right, next to that is the MACD. The MACD tells us where there's a cross happening, which is where the bearish trend is beginning or where the bullish trend is beginning. And then next to MACD, we have the RSI bar, which is what is painting these candles yellow and blue. Okay, that's what the RSI bar is doing. If I turn that off, we just have the regular candle, and then if I turn that on, we have that RSI bar. And then lastly we have that SMA um, 9 period moving a simple moving average. All right, to record your chart or to share your ideas, the first thing you want to do is click on the publish idea at the top right corner of your screen, which is, in this case, it's where my red button is. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to choose record video. After you have selected record video, you will choose a screen that you want to record. In this case, I'm going to be recording this particular screen, which I'm ready, of course, in the process for. Next thing that will follow that is either you will determine whether you want to do an analysis or you want to share a trading strategy or just share with the world what you want to talk about. In this case, let's go ahead and talk about a simple analysis on SPY. Today is October 1st, which is a good date to remember. All right. In my chart, I'm gonna go ahead. And change my chart to high energy candle so that I have a smooth signal. I like to look at things more cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna change that from the regular or traditional candles to high energy, which is that. All right, to do that, you just click on that tiny drop down there, which is bar styles. And then from the bar style, you select high Kanashi candles or high Kanashi from the list, and then click on the star there to add it to your favorite, and then click on the writing itself, which is high Kanashi, and that will apply to your chart. Okay, once that is applied to your chart, if you prefer to use it, you will have something that looks like this. Once all your other indicators are on in place, you can then go ahead and start your analysis. All right, let's go ahead and actually do that. To start the analysis, we're looking at a daily chart on SPY. On a daily chart, first of all, before I actually talk about that daily chart, before I talk about the daily chart, oh, I sounded like a tongue twister there. Okay, I want to explain to you how this high Kanashi works. The high Kanashi, we trade the moments where there are no wicks on the candles on one side, meaning for a bullish trend or for an uptrend, we need the bottom of the candles to have no wicks. Say, for example, we start on this white candle right here. There's no wick at the bottom. We would enter the trade either on that candle or on the candle that follows, and then we'll stay in the trade until when we get a candle with wicks on both sides. Those candles with a wick on both sides is what we call a doji candle. Okay, we see a doji we stay calm, we wait for the one that changes color without a wick on one side, we get on a trade after that. Okay, and that cycle repeats. When we see a doji after the entry, we get out of that trade. That's just the end of that trend for a moment or temporarily. For a bear move, we're looking for this candle, which is orange. In this case, let's zoom it out a little bit, which is this with this star. I mean, this with this arrow pointing on it. If we change that a little bit and actually make that a red arrow, where this red arrow is, this would be our put entry. Okay, we would enter this buy put. Once we buy this put, we'll stay in this trade and just trail with a stop loss a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Once we see the first doji right here, we would go ahead and exit the trade on that first doji, and then eventually what would follow is the next doji or the next entry point. Okay, that would be how we trade that. So with that in mind, the actual analysis is here we are looking on a daily chart where we have a doji. And already we have talked about a doji here a few times. We know for sure that when we see a doji, we are expecting a reversal or a turning point. Okay, we are expecting a reversal or a turning point. So with all those in place, we just know for sure, we know for sure that when we see those dojis, we are hoping for a bear run or a reversal point or a bull run. Okay, in this case, this is a very particular special doji. You see that this color of a doji is orange. It's not just a red doji. The orange doji here indicates that there is enough selling momentum in the market, there is enough pressure. At the same time, there is enough, say for example, factors, this yet all factors considered, we are just beginning the bear trend. Okay, with all that in place, there's also enough liquidity with enough interest for the bears or for sellers to come in the market. So the sellers are starting to take actions here, meaning that this is the beginning of a bear trend. It's not yet a bear trend, but it's the beginning of a bear trend. And if you see on the MACD at the bottom here, we are starting to close together. It's not close yet. It could close. It means this is the next day. It could close on the next day, or it could close the next day. Okay, it's about 2 days out or 3 days out. Okay, 3 days out will put us right around right here. This is 3 days out. Okay, all right, yeah, in about those 3 days out, we should see that coming together. So we have that special candle coming out, and I don't know what that looks like on a regular chart. On a regular chart, we do see that actually clearly. We do see that clearly. It's an orange bearish candle. It's an orange bearish candle. It's actually, in fact, orange bear engulfing candle, meaning that there should be some shift here in a moment, even though we are above this support or resistance level right here. But if this turns out to be a bearish candle that is serious enough, we should see a pullback around this 560, this line that I just drew here. This should act as our support level. I mean, as our resistance level and support as at the same time. Okay. Now, with all that in place, we can go ahead and take a look at a shorter time frame, which is a 4 hour chart. Okay, what does the 4 hour chart says? The 4 hour chart says, if we look at the MACD, you will notice that the MACD actually did cross a few days. I mean, not a few days, a few moments ago, right about right here. Okay, this is where the MACD crossed. The MACD already crossed. The MACD is a little bit bearish, and I have my MACD customized. The signal line is the red one, and the trend line is the green one. Okay, the trend line is below the signal line. Um, with the signal line being above as a red line, it means that that line is in control. The trend line is under the signal line. It's being controlled by that red. Okay, so the red is in charge. At this point, an example would be this point here where we had actually the crossover. We had a crossover here. The green one was above. The green one, that means the green one was in control. But time came when the green one was, had to cross below. So in this scenario, we are beginning to get bearish on a 4 hour chart as well. There is enough momentum pressure and all that volume. Okay, so um, with that in mind, with that in mind, really in general, um, we have enough volatility in this position where we are. We have enough volatility, we have enough momentum, we have enough liquidity, and we have enough volume as well. The volume is strong because really one what I can actually tell you is that when the size of the the candlestick tells you the volume. The bigger the candlestick, the stronger the volume. Okay, the bigger the candlestick, the stronger the volume, and also the taller the wick. Sometime the stronger the volume. That's just how it goes with high inertia. So we have all that set up, and we have seen that in a 4 hour chart. We are bearish on a daily chart. We are bearish. What does the 30-minute chart tells us though? The 30-minute chart is kind of unpredictable, but not really very unpredictable, because we see that where we have that big red, I mean big orange cycle, we kind of had a retest there on a swing high, and then we had that pullback. I mean, we had that bear move, and then we have that reset or retest again and rejection on that 574 level, and then we are coming back. We came all the way down here, which was that support level right here. Okay, we retested that. So uh, at this point we are sitting at 568 568. The MACD is below the zero line, which is that orange thing that I've drawn over there. The market is below the zero line, meaning that we are already bearish in one way or another. So there's a high chance or a higher probability of us being bearish. And then, of course, on my regular trading days, I just use the 7 minute chart, just so I'm not trading the 5 minute, which is either a very small or short time frame, or I'm not trading the 10 minute, which is either a very long time frame. Okay, I'm just sticking in between, and of course that is bearish. But of course that's a very short time frame. The 10 minutes chart bearish, 7 minute chart bearish. All right, with all that in place, assuming that your recording has ended here, okay, that marks the beginning, I mean the beginning and the end of your step one. Now, on the step two, you would go ahead. Step two is a little tricky. Step two would require us to actually stop the recording, but I'm not going to stop that. I'm just going to explain things around here. You're going to stop. You would click on that stop button. Once we click on that stop button, the next thing that would follow would be your description. You would get taken to a page where your video would process. After your video has finished processing, you would click on the publish button. Okay, once you click on the publish button, you would enter the title for your recording or for your idea, put the description for it, which is at least a paragraph. You put that paragraph in, and then um, the next thing is the most important part after the description. We want to reach the right audience, but how can we reach the right audience? We reach the right audience by using what we call the tags or TradingView tags. With TradingView tags, this is how it works. For example, I'm recording right now about this simple analysis and how to record on TradingView. My tags would look something like where is it? I actually had some. I had a sample of that. Where is that sample? Oh, right here. Okay, I had a sample of that. The tag, my tags will look something like that. You start with the hashtag, and then you type what you did, spy analysis as an example. Okay, so that this post would reach to this kind of people who are looking for spy analysis. Okay, and then I think actually I had a few example, or just example. For example, you could just put hashtag spy just in general, so that those people who are trading spy can look at your post and comment on it, give you feed and give you be able to give you feedback. And because we have used multi time frame here, and then I would do a multi time frame analysis. Did I do anything else? Yeah, maybe that was it. Okay, all right, so that would be how you would reach your audience. Once you have all that already in place, you would go ahead and just let's delete this line. You would go ahead and just hit the actual publish button, so that your ideas can then go live after that. Okay, now that your idea is live, Other people can comment, like, and provide feedback on your analysis. Okay. With at that point, just note that you will not be able to make a deletion or anything, or just make any bigger changes or bigger moves on your chart. You cannot delete those. You might be able to still make a few edits in within the first 15 minutes of your publishing time. You might be able to make an edit, but you will not be able to entirely remove the post. Okay. Once that is on there again, after, I mean, once that time has passed, not you cannot delete this post. TradingView itself cannot delete this post. If the post had violated the rules, TradingView would have to hide it from being shown to your audience, unfortunately, which would mean uh, only you would be able to see this post. But then that's not a bad thing, because you have learned from what to do and what not to do from that post. Okay. All right. With that in place, the next thing you want to do is just check what other people have posted and start engaging with your community. Comment on other people's posts and check what other people are doing, and just so you can grow from their ideas, or just so you can grow along with them, and just that will keep you staying tuned as a trader. Okay. Well, now that we have come that far, if this video has helped you, just share the love, share the video, like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and just be part of this community. Okay. And this just grow along together, and this will just help us promote each other's and learn from each other's. And also, again, click on that notification bell so that you're not missing any of the free contents that are or any of this educational content that would enhance your growth as a trader. Okay. So check in with me regularly and check the channel, and if you have subscribed and click the notification bell, you will be notified once I go live or once I share a new idea. With that in mind, I want to wish you the best of luck in your trading journey. Have a good time. Bye.